Hello, it's Dumplet here. Welcome to a collaboration project between Dumplet and Cedie's Mathverse on Hong Kong International Math Olympiad questions. For this one, z is a complex number such that z plus 1 over z equals -1. Evaluate the summation of z raised to r plus 1 over z raised to r quantity squared from r equals 1 to 123. As usual, pause this video if you'd like to give this item a try. But if you're done, let us dive into the solution. Now, this question might be challenging for the students who actually took the exam. But all you have to do is to use a neat trick, and that is to at least remember the fact that if I have z plus 1 over z, if I can express that as 2 cosine theta for some angle theta, then z raised to n plus 1 over z raised to n is equal to 2 cosine n theta. Now, the proof of this, it's not that elementary, but the proof of that is simply via the Moivre's theorem on complex numbers. So we're going to use this into evaluating our sum. So that's the sum to be evaluated. Now we can simply expand the part since we have z raised to r plus 1 over z raised to r quantity squared, and we expand that and we're going to reach this point. Now, since in the previous slide, we know that z raised to n plus 1 over z raised to n equals 2 cosine n theta. Well, z raised to 2r plus 1 over z raised to 2r, I know I can express this as, I'll just simply replace the n here by 2r. I can express this as 2 cosine of 2r theta. Now, the theta here, we will be able to get theta in a while, but this will be equal to that. Now, how do we get theta? Since we're given that 2 cosine x over here, well, it's given to be a -1 because z plus 1 over z equals -1 as per the given. So we can get from this part that cosine theta should equal -1/2. Now we can take any value of theta, but let's just try to get theta in the range 0 to 360, and we see that from our special angles, we know that theta equals 120 degrees will work, because cosine of 120 degrees is indeed -1/2. So we're just simply going to put theta here as 120. Now if I put theta here as 120 degrees, well, that's just simply 240 r. So I'll just write here 240 degrees times the value of r. So that's this thing that you see here. Now the next part is to expand. So technically I'm just adding 2 cosine 240 plus 2 cosine 480 and so on. And then in the right part here of the plus 2, I'm just adding 2 123 times, and therefore I'm ending here with 246. So the 246 is already okay. Now what I want to do is to get this. So, well, those are all special angles, so we can try to see what it evaluates to one by one. Now we can see here that cosine 240, if you were to evaluate that, you're going to get -1/2. Cosine 480 degrees is going to be -1/2. For the next angle, that's going to be cosine of 720 degrees. That's going to equal 1 if I evaluate it. And you can try the next few terms out yourselves, and you'll see that the pattern is going to continue. -1/2, -1/2, 1, -1/2, -1/2, and 1. Now, we have 123 terms in this part, and 123 is divisible by 3. In fact, 123 over 3, that's 41. So we know that we have 41 triplets of -1/2, -1/2, 1. So, well, coincidentally here, that -1/2 minus 1/2 plus 1, that's 0. So essentially, I'm just adding 41 sets of zeros. 41 zeros. So, well, I can easily conclude from this that everything inside the parenthesis, since I'm just adding 0 41 times, it's just 0. So 2 times 0 plus 246, simplifying that, I'm going to get that the sum is equal to 246. And this will be our final answer. Hopefully you guys learned something new from this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!